You know what time it is. Cy O'Connor, the Lego Hood's favorite Irishman, who you can catch alternating with London Bridge Brikx on the backlog, or holding his own live streams. He's really killing it with these guests. This was not a paid advertisement for the Cali Brick Clique, but if you check out Cy O'Connor, we guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Shy, can I get that schedule? I have a feeling I might need to harass you.
All right, in 5, 4, 3. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 34 of Cali Brick Clique. And like always, before we get into the introductions, remember you can find this podcast episode and all other episodes and anywhere you can find podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also iHeartRadio and every other platform that shares podcasts. And like always, we have Ninja with the Bricks.
Yay, yay. We
have Claire, the Plastic Architect.
Hello.
And we have the one and only Justin, Just2Good.
Hey, what's up?
And look, you can see his face. Which we'll get into in a minute. And so how's everyone doing?
Last month, guys. That
I know,
was
right?
Like, what, 6 months ago?
I know. I wanted to say that one line like a month ago. Or not even a month ago. What was episode 15? How long ago was that?
Well, what episode are we on now?
15. So 15 weeks ago? 17 weeks ago? Yeah.
Divided by 4.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So 4
months?
0.25 months ago.
Wow.
Damn, we're doing math straight in the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, thanks, Justin, for coming.
Good morning.
Of course, yeah.
So, how's everyone doing this past week?
Oh,
Coming
man.
home.
Making it.
Yep.
Making it happen.
It's been a week. It hasn't been the best week, but it's
I'm
been a
sorry.
week. We're getting through it. That's good. So, yeah. But
I'm home. I'm excited. I was traveling for 3 weeks and I'm still like relishing in it. Like last time we filmed an episode of this, I had literally gotten home like an hour beforehand and now
Just got out of the
I'm
shower.
a bit more, exactly. A bit
Oh,
more
yeah.
settled. Just started
Speaking of that.
unpacking the Sands Lego collection, which is it's vast and dusty and vast. So
Oh yeah, so let's
Vast
talk
and
about that.
dusty and vast.
How are you going to like find space for all that stuff? Because it's like you doubled your collection essentially.
yes,
in, like, 1
but I set up this Lego room in anticipation of it. So the majority of the drawers behind it, like these Alex behind me, are actually empty. And
Ooh.
so only one of them was like almost full, but like not even halfway. That's not true, like halfway full. And now we're just like additive to it. So the big issue is not actually the parts collection. It's the sets and like what we will have on display. So we only live in like a 2-bedroom apartment. So there's only like so much that can be on display. And honestly, like I don't care about having that much stuff on display. I like having my modulars like up, and those are like up in the bookshelf, like actually in the living room. They look really good up there, like flat. And then like a little city. So if I can have like a couple tables. And so most of the shelf space will probably go to his stuff because he feels a little bit more strongly about having stuff on display, which is totally fine.
Now, is that going to stay in the
there's-
room, or is it going to go into the hallway where you have some of your stuff there? Right.
Right now the stuff is in the hallway so that we can like bring like I have a very if we want to talk about organizational theory, the way that I clean things is like I don't get the space that I want to organize messy. I keep it clean and then slowly bring in things, and so that like my mind can visualize the space like a little bit better. And so it's like all collated into like the entrance in the hallway and stacked, and then so like I actually was able to put away. So I have these like puzzle piece. So I have tons and tons of sealed sets. Like I have so many sealed sets and they're like perfectly tucked away in all the like corners of my house, like very secretly. And I was able to like Tetris it around and add a bunch of new sets in as well. So that's like all taken care of. It's just like the old stuff now.
Why don't you
do you
add some
think-
shelves on the wall behind you?
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
what I'm doing. And so the order is about to be placed, but that takes a few months for.
Or you're doing that same setup that you're doing. Are you going to hire a professional to put it up again? Or are you going to? Yeah, you're not going to do it yourself.
I'm going to do a professional. I'm not going to do it myself. No, but there'll be shelves like, possibly like the first shelf will probably be like anywhere from 8 to 12 inches deep, and then there'll be 14-inch shelves all the way up. So they'll actually stick out pretty far here. That's what I'm thinking, so that they'll be really deep, and so we can put a lot of stuff. And then we'll probably, like on this wall here, there's like a little wall, probably put the UCS Millennium Falcon vertically, like a singular shelf, so it's like on its own. And then over there, we'll probably put some more shelving too. So
you're in front of a window right now, aren't you?
There's like corner windows. So there's like a window here, like a small window, and then like a little corner window over there. But there's like
you have a wall right here.
There's a wall right in the middle of it. Yeah.
Okay. Really I thought you wanted to share your Falcon for everyone to see.
Well, so the plan is we're gonna like move stuff around so that we can have like multiple like streaming spaces and multiple like kind of like vantage points for like videos to be recorded.
Let's talk about streaming. Let's plug in Claire's Twitch right now. She's starting to become a Twitcher, guys. So if you haven't,
thank you.
What is subscribe? Is that
follow?
Follow? Like I don't know. I've been locked out of my Twitch account forever, and I don't know how to get in. So I'm trying to figure that out. For the past couple
days. Totally different game. Like I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but it's so different from YouTube. Yeah,
way back in the day, I did.
It's cool, honestly. Like I could see you guys liking it because it's like. The reason I like it's the interaction with the community and like the chat is so much more intimate and so much more intense. And so there are, excuse me. No, sorry. It was just the sirens in the back, but there's so many more. There's no way I can control it. It's going to happen the whole time.
Hey, California's burning, man.
Yeah. Look, quite literally it is.
Yeah, it is. You guys are burning up there.
Yeah. It's so smoky outside, but yeah, my interaction with chat has been so great. There are so many more tools, which I still am trying to figure out how to set up, like emotes and like if someone like clicks something, like stuff happens on the screen, and it's very different. It is absolutely set up for streaming, and it really shows how YouTube is not. Do you know what I mean?
Twitch was the original streaming platform, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and they're still ahead of the game.
Yeah,
so they're doing their job.
I do know that YouTube like pretty much bought some of the big giant Twitchers to come to YouTube and only use YouTube.
I remember that.
Yeah, what's her name? Valkyrie. She did mention it. Not that I follow her or anything. But I did know that someone mentioned that and then they showed me the clip where she was pretty much contracted by YouTube to just stream on YouTube, and she's one of the largest streamers on YouTube. Like literally, like 60,000 people watch her stuff at a time.
That's not a bad thing. I would not oppose if you're listening.
Reach out. Exclusive content by the Plastic Architect.
Yeah.
Where she teaches us on how this car is not architecturally sound.
Exactly, because that totally makes sense. No, but what I can really do though is like. What's cool is because I've developed like a little bit of a platform here on YouTube, and that's like really the way to grow on Twitch is like develop a platform on another social media site and then take your audience over there who's like willing to go, and then you can start growing. And then like money is essentially like thrown at it. Like people will subscribe and follow and donate subscriptions to other people. So the difference between subscribing on YouTube and subscribing on Twitch is there's monetary involvement. It's like memberships essentially. It's the equivalent of memberships on YouTube, and following is the equivalent of subscribing on YouTube.
So do you think you will just stop streaming on YouTube altogether and start streaming on Twitch?
Are you trying to do both interlinked?
I'm going to be doing both. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Right now there's no overlap in terms of my streaming on Twitch and YouTube. The issue now is I have made a conscious decision to start uploading less videos, which we can get into this topic as well.
Dear.
Like daily.
That makes me cry, Claire.
Yeah, well, I want to like spend more time on videos, and I don't know. I feel like this is something that a lot of creators go through this kind of cycle, being like, should I go every day? Should I spend more time on videos and actually make better content, right? And it's how do you do that? Like, how do you make that decision? What brings you more joy? It's like, so I feel like spending more time on a video you're happier with the end product, but it becomes it becomes more like work, I think, a little bit. And
it's interesting perspective,
right? It kind of feels like it feels like a project with a deadline, but and you don't get the immediate high from uploading regularly. Like it is addictive uploading regularly.
And if you add family into that, it gets crazier too. Because like I know I find myself trying to edit, and then like the kids are like, "What are you doing? Like you've been in there for so long." And I'm like, "What am I doing? Like I don't need to make this video."
Yeah, right.
And I just leave it.
Exactly. I would absolutely do it. If my kids came in, I'd be like, okay, bye. I mean, the cat comes in to cuddle and I'm like, bye. You know, like,
game over.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say when I do a big project though, I do get when I upload it, I get like an even bigger high.
Oh, okay.
You know, daily uploads are cool, but it's like, whoa, I put all this effort to this one project.
Yeah.
So that's why like the payoff on those I love, but you know, those are a lot more work. So you get that feeling that, it is like work. So,
it's almost exponential. It's like there's it's almost like two levels. There's either like and then there are YouTubers out there that I do like that aren't Lego creators, but they like will upload like once a quarter.
Yeah.
The ASMR ones, man.
Yeah. And it's like, and then they'll get like 10 million views because, you know, they've done such a good job. So it's like, there is,
I should look into
absolutely grow from daily content. There is something there, right? Justin, you've done daily content, I feel like, for years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
But it's like, it's definitely like a different thing, you know? And then if you become reliant on that daily content, you know what I mean? It's almost like there's an expectation that gets set and your fans expect things from you. And then if you want to change who you are, or you want to change how you're presenting yourself to the world, it becomes, I think, a little bit harder.
Yeah, no, I know that feel. I mean, with the whole reveal and everything, tying that in. But recently, I've been not afraid to like skip a few days for those daily uploads, and it feels good. It feels like, I need these days off. I've worked and done these daily uploads and stuff like that, and I think my subscribers and fans and stuff are more accepting of that now. Yeah, I upload whenever, but most of the time you'll get a daily upload, and I think that they get that. But yeah.
Do you think since like, I don't want to say transition, but it is like a transition of sorts, right? Into this like new brand. You've like rebranded yourself almost in a way.
In a way. Yeah.
Yeah. But then like, you know, I'll click on one of your videos, like one of your, and like your Mario videos. You could have uploaded that yesterday, or you could have uploaded that 5 years ago, and I wouldn't know. The reason I know it's because of when the product was released. So there's like, you're keeping like a line of consistency, I think, which is really, really good.
I appreciate you recognizing that, because I try to keep that going. I'm like, is this even something to keep consistent? Is this something that people care? But I mean, if you care about it, other people care about it. That means a lot. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I think when you're uploading for so long, there's like an expectation that gets put there. And I think that becomes very difficult. But at the same time, you can also sink by doing the same thing over and over again, right? Like if you look at Sans, you know, always like has been watching YouTube obviously longer than me, but like one person that we both know very well is like PewDiePie, right? So PewDiePie has been around forever. And if you look at a lot of other people that started around the same time as him, they're not as relevant as he is. Like he's stayed on top of the game. And you know, the Lego space is absolutely different than like PewDiePie and video game and all that stuff. But what's fascinating about him is that he's changed. He's changed consistently.
So many times. Yeah.
Exactly. Over and over and over again. It's almost like he's like the Madonna of, you know, the YouTube world in terms of like different faces, different costumes, right? And I mean, she's still relevant. She's still totally relevant. And even J-Lo has done the same thing in terms of like rebranding, new boyfriend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, she still looks like she's 25, but like still, that also has to do with it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, yeah, exactly. And I think that's an important thing, to be able to grow and change and evolve as time passes, and not be afraid to try new things on your channel. Because risks are such a big thing, because they could fail, but you take a risk and it you know, you succeed with that risk. You try something new. You've evolved, and I love that. I love taking risks, honestly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
it's 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly. So before like this, is there a reason why you did the change?
First off, sorry about the lawnmower.
No, I can barely hear it.
Oh, my fans probably louder than that.
But the reason for the change, I mean, for I guess the face reveal change. Let's go with that. Like that was, you know, I felt like I was hiding myself, and I wanted. This is my livelihood, and this is what I like doing. This is what I like doing in life. You know, this is. I'm not in college anymore. This is my job too. So why am I hiding myself behind a mask? And I took off that mask, and I wanted to just connect more with my audience to show that I'm just a regular guy, which is one of the reasons I left even the Lego Ambassador Network, because it felt like I had this, you know, it felt disgenuine. The channel felt disgenuine for what it became, for what I wanted.
So symbolic.
So there you go.
Yeah. Like removing the mask. I know.
Exactly.
It's just like, I can only imagine like the weight of that though,
Appreciate
because it was probably enormous. Like how old were you when you started making videos?
Oh, good question. Let's see. 2012. I mean, if we're just talking about Lego videos, 2012, 20, that would be 13. I was about 14, 15. Yeah.
Which is not a bad idea to hide your face at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like,
No,
yeah, like any other child creators and stuff out there, I think there's, it's okay to put that wall. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
100%.
yeah, when it transitions into like such a huge part of your life, though, it's almost like you're lying to yourself a little bit. Yeah. I think that's probably the most important thing, and it's like
that's what it felt like, you know.
Yeah, it was very, and you know, it was very transparent, at least to me, that you felt like you had a weight lifted off your shoulders, and
it was,
yeah, it was very humanizing to see that. Do you know what I mean? And it was
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was a weight off my shoulder because you know, I would always go out of my way to not show my face, but my face is such a huge part of who I am, and to have that as something I do every day, my YouTube channel, and have that not connected. Yeah. And I want to be a movie director, so I was also afraid to show my face for you know, let's say insecurity reasons or whatever. But I can't be afraid to show that. I gotta be out there and show who I am, no matter what I am. You know, how I look or whatever. That doesn't matter.
Right. Well, I think like people can say it a million times over and over again. Like, it doesn't matter what you look like. It's absolutely your confidence and what's like seen. And you see that all the time. You see like confident men, women, people, whoever they are, they're walking around holding themselves high, feeling good about themselves. And that's the only thing that you see and you feel. And that is absolutely resonated over the camera through social media. Definitely. And I think it's really important for people with influence like you do to do that, especially in a space like Lego, where there are a lot of young audiences. I think it's important for people to have that. And I think especially like, especially people of color, I think it's like I think we need even more of that. But it's easy for me to say as a white woman to like that we need this, but like, and I don't, you know, I can't, you know, sit and say that I know exactly what that would be like, but it seems like there's a gap, and it would be, you know, the more the better. And I think the more the better for the audience as well.
Yeah, I saw a lot, like after I did that reveal, I saw some younger YouTubers and stuff like that doing reveals of their own and stuff, and that was inspirational. But also I was like, oh man, I don't want them to put themselves out there just because I did it, you know. So it was a weird feeling. I was like,
no, but you brought down a barrier for most people who are like not comfortable placing themselves in that position, because there's a sense of vulnerability when you put yourself in front of a camera, especially your face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah.
So when you had your mask on, like you were ambiguous, like no one knew what you looked like. It was difficult for Ryan to do a vlog, I will say. But like
that's the only reason he did the face reveal, so that Ryan could put in less work in his vlogs. That's even possible.
In Ryan's vlogs we had where I would be in the scene. He would just show like a group of people, and I would be in the scene without the mask, but it would be in a whole group of people. So if you look back, you could see my face reveal back then, but it was not like a big.
Oh, I tried. So did you travel with the mask everywhere?
I used to. Yeah, I brought it to Japan. I brought it to Canada.
Dedication right there.
Places I traveled.
That takes up precious space in your luggage when you go to Japan, because Japan is like.
Too. That was not.
I feel like there's so much good shopping. Yeah.
Well, in Japan, we ended up having. I bought an extra suitcase because there was too much bullshit to buy.
Of course.
I already know.
Yeah, that's cool. You can swear here. We're PG-13. Usually, Claire brings us to rated R, but she's been pretty good lately. So she's been holding back her language.
The thing about Twitch, though, too, is like I don't know why it feels more comfortable to swear there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I swear on YouTube all the time. What are you talking about?
Sorry.
You're not monetized.
But yeah,
not to hit on you, Ninja. It's all good. You'll get there, bro.
Right, well, I mean, with the mask though, the worst time was when I went to Canada and they sent me to do this video game thing for Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed, which is an app, and I brought the mask there. and I had to wear the mask. I wanted to wear the mask around the office, just like walking around the office. So I'm walking around the office with this big bug mask, and all the employees don't know what the hell's happening. So they're like, "What is this guy doing? What's going on?" I'm just walking around, almost bumping into walls because there's such a small field of view with that mask.
I would imagine, yes.
So I was dedicated, though. I just wanted to make it look like that was my head. It's such a, I don't know, like that was what I wanted. Like I wanted, yes, I am an insect. Like
you're playing a character.
Like everybody knew I wasn't, but you know, like it was.
No, but you played the character very well. You always refer to yourself as the insect. Human is different. I'm not human. Whatever. Like, you played the character, and everywhere you went, you had the thing. And that although cool in and itself, is very like that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Like you can't, and at the same time, although like safety, like aside, like you're protecting yourself, it is putting you in a shell. Like you don't truly get to be yourself. You don't get to immerse in the surroundings. Like you're doing that same exact experience, doing what you just said, would have been probably way more enjoyable without the mask on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like because you got a limited field of view.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't you can't regret that. You know what I mean?
Of course not. I think it was a fun story.
And I would say like it's impossible to know that like you could or couldn't have grown without it too. It was the right thing to do at the right time. And this was the right thing to do at the right time, which is, do you feel like, was it your intuition that told you to go? Like, have you always like kind of followed your heart or your mind when it comes to decisions on YouTube and stuff like this?
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, with this face reveal, I will say it was originally my dad at the beginning of the year was like, you should do like the mask is holding you back in your videos as content. And like, I listened, I was like, that's a good point. Like, I didn't think about that. And so that's where it started in my head, because I was always like, no, I don't want to do a face reveal. 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 But yeah, I was like, if it's making my content less quality, I don't want to keep on doing this. And it was holding me back in a way. And so that's where it started. So it was actually my dad who really influenced me at the beginning of the year for this one. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So
a little bit of your heart then.
Yeah. But yeah, for most of the decisions, I do a lot of research on YouTube and stuff like titles and descriptions. Yeah. And I just figure it out on my own. But yeah.
Of course. You're self-made.
I guess you could say, yeah.
But the one thing that's good, though, now that you don't have the mask, is we're able to visualize your emotion. Because the one thing that's like that would hold you back wearing a mask is not being able to see if you're smiling or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to like you have to project your emotion through what you say and the level of tone.
And that was
voice.
With the mask. Whenever I do a mask video, I did a lot of more hand movement.
Yeah, I remember.
Show that emotion, like because that face was stuck like that.
But so you also have like you have like a good laugh. You have like a nice infectious, like giggly laugh that has like a full range. So but that also was like worked to your benefit too. So it was like especially. What was it like the meme things that you read out? I didn't like this is like here's my boomer energy here, guys. But those videos that you do.
Yeah, the OSRS. Yeah,
OSRS. There you go. Yes. That one.
That was actually the OSRS series. I mean, I think I got the mask for a live stream, but that was a series where I really used the mask to where I would review memes, and what I would do was literally just I would record myself reacting, and then I would mimic it. Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to get into is like your process of making a video like that. Like you obviously can't hear yourself while you're talking, and you made it clear during your reveal, that notion, where you can't hear yourself talk. So that was, when you did that, was brilliant. I was just like, oh, if you knew why that was done that way. And when it was done, I was like, oh, I get it. But you recorded first what you wanted to say, and then you shot yourself with projecting your emotion through your hands and through your body language, all that kind of stuff. Now you don't have to do that.
I know.
Now you shoot in one take.
I know. It's so much easier.
You could still do multiple takes, but different things. You can still make it complicated in different ways,
Well, I'll just say, I mean, having to do the reactions and then mimic the reactions.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. I mean,
I thought it would be fun.
Well, especially like reaction videos, they're not supposed to be, but like the format of them is very simple. It's not a complicated thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you can apply that time to, you know, those, like we said, like those longer projects, you know, that are more interesting. Yeah.
And like it would get so hot under the mask.
Like,
oh my god!
I would only imagine
in Florida.
And that was just the worst. In Florida, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It was just the worst. It was the freaking worst. So yeah, that was. But I
mean, wearing that mask all over the South. Oh,
well, what a good breath of fresh air. Pun intended.
Well, we
take that analogy.
The one time I wore it all down south was when Ryan and Pro Lego Channel and we took a trip from
Monkey Kid,
Florida. Yep, Monkey Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Florida to Georgia, and I had that mask on a few times outside. Georgia gets hotter than Florida sometimes. You'd be amazed.
The moisture.
Did Derek wear the tape on his nose and like no, because you know how he does that sometimes? He'll like oh my god,
he always does that.
That's like his equivalent. Yeah, I know. He didn't wear it when we were in New York, thank God. Who's that guy with a pore strip on his nose? That's what my friend.
It was a Lego Band-Aid. It was like the Lego.
Oh yeah. But it looks like those like Pond's pore strip things that you like the
you rip from your nose.
Yeah.
See the blackheads or the
exactly.
Yeah.
So they just want to look fresh.
Shout out to Pro Lego Channel.
Lego Channel online.
There's a plug for you.
Have you guys had him on the
just as a promo, which he didn't disclose that he wanted to just to make that out there. He's like, I did not approve this message.
Did he say that?
He said it on the Instagram. Yeah.
Oh my god! Of course he did.
I'm like, wow. But you know, eventually he will be. I'm sure. Oh, cool. We just go through everybody at this point.
Hell yeah.
So it would be fun to have on here. Let's talk about brickheads all day.
Yeah. Well, also like old Lego. He's
old Lego.
Yep.
It would have to make Jabbo jealous. That I think that if we can curtail, that'll be really interesting and fun. Anyways, not to talk more about Pro Lego Channel. So you're happy now.
I am in many ways. In many ways.
Can you elaborate on how happy you are?
Oh, I mean,
I'm shy.
I'm happy to not have to hide myself, and it's cool getting occasionally recognized in public. I think that's nice.
You're recognized in public.
Yeah, but no, it really is like. I was losing the energy to do videos with this mask on all the time, so it has brought that energy. But yeah, the one in Busch Gardens, so one guy came up and was like, "You're just too good." And I was like, "Yes." So we took a picture together, and that was when I got recognized. But yeah,
Claire would not want to stand next to you and Ryan at the same time.
Why? Why?
Because obviously Ryan had a whole entourage of people wanting to say what's up to him, right?
Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
fine.
So now imagine if Justin was right next to Ryan.
No, it's fine. It doesn't bother me, honestly. Like it was fine. It was nice. Like, I don't know. It's like fine. It was. Ryan is incredibly sweet to his fans, and it's like really nice to see. It's like, you know, he's got his internet persona. He's got who he is, you know, on his brand, and then he is super genuine. It's like not a facade in terms of like how he is with the fandom of it, and he loves it. It's not like he's like relishing it. It's just he just likes meeting people, and he comports himself like very, very well. You can tell this guy's been doing it for a while. While Sans is my favorite. People are like, "Are you Sans?" And he's just like, "No!" and like just like yelling back at them. No, but he also loved it, and he was great as well. It was nice seeing the two of them together, and like I think they enjoyed it. You know, like I think it was good, and like, you know, I was there. I went to Chick-fil-A, got Waters chicken. You know, fed the.
You're the PA. You're the PA.
Yeah,
you're Ryan's PA for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Those entourages, that stuff. I don't know if I could handle that stuff. I don't with the cons and everything like that. It seems very overwhelming and scary. I don't know.
I think it'd be fine because there would be a lot of people, and it's like it's a very respectable community. It's not like it's not like Hollywood. You know what I mean?
No.
It's everyone's much nicer. Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna be a director, you're gonna have to get used to it.
Oh gosh, if I'm a director, I'm not working in Hollywood. I'll be an independent director.
Cool. Well, I mean, also though, when you go to the conventions, you have people like us that could like shield you at times if you needed it. No, because that's the one thing that Ryan had is that he had his space with his fans and all that kind of stuff, but he also has emotional support and a PA to get him whatever he needed.
No, but he had like basically like he went and hung out in like the Star Wars tables, and like on the public days they do put barriers between the sets and like the tables with all the mocks on them, and that so like there was he had literally a barrier,
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And so that was just circumstantial, but I'm sure there'll be some. I mean, these conventions will need to catch up, once
they will.
YouTube gets bigger and like these people get bigger and like, they need to, because to be honest, like the way that it was set up, it was actually like preventing people from seeing the specific mock that was there, and so, so I could see mock builders being like, hey, these guys are here. They're always going to be here. And there were more people online for Ryan than there were for really any other YouTuber, and also any of the Lego masters. You know what I mean? He has his
he had a table of like meat or something, or what?
No, like the Brick Fair people like just don't want to have anything to do with like the celebrity status stuff, like the YouTuber, like they didn't give the Lego masters a table, they didn't give like any YouTubers a table, like nothing like that. And so just like Ryan knows all the Star Wars people, and so we ended up hanging out in the Star Wars tables. So it's like it's like one big kind of like, imagine like a big like O, and there's like tables inside that people sit at, and then the tables on the outside the O are where the mocks are, and then around that on the public days there's like a barrier that gets put. So it honestly like, and so people would just inherently line up there. Like there was just always a line like around the whole like Star Wars area. And so if there's a line there, that means it's preventing people from seeing the mocks, or it's
of course, yeah, I get it now. Yeah, I think Brick Fair should. Maybe, I mean, I guess if they don't want to, whatever, but maybe, they could.
They don't want to make anybody feel more special than anybody else. And I understand that. But
I see what you mean.
Yeah, but it's hindering the experience.
They don't have to advertise it. They don't have to say that someone's here. But what they can do is, from an operational perspective, allocate them to a specific area.
Yeah.
There was dead space. I'm not going to lie. The way that like the whole area was set up it was fine. I mean, you could tell that they've done it a few times, but there was also some areas that were just totally dead and inaccessible, and like the flow was not right at all. But
yeah, definitely. I know other conventions are different. I know I think Brisk Cascade, the Portland one, right? Or Oregon.
Yeah, that's up in Oregon.
Yeah, they did something for the Lego Masters last year. So I think if there was a line in communications of warning, I think these conventions might, listen at least. Because this one's a perfect example. Because now Ryan can bring it up in the future.
Well, he's also significantly more popular than he was before COVID, right? So, like, I think that has to do with it, and Justin, you as well. So it's like it would be interesting to see, like, because you guys have an impact. People want to say hi and take photos and just like talk to you and like be like, oh yeah, cool. Like I've been watching you since I was 5, and like this is my mom, and she doesn't know who you are and thinks I'm weird, but this is my mom. It's like
hi, Mom.
It's really cute. I like there was even people that came up to me and knew who I was, which was amazing, and they were so sweet and so cool. Kind. Yeah, honestly, I like started crying after a couple of them. It's fine. Yeah, I think I was more affected than they were by meeting me. So
wait, you know me?
It's like, what? Are you trying to talk to Sans? No.
I like how that's your go-to, like automatically assuming that Sans that they're going to want to talk to you.
Well, if it's like a 20-something-year-old guy, I'm going to assume it still wants to talk to Sans. No.
Well, who knows how it's going to be here on the West Coast when you have a little bit more of an older audience in these conventions.
Who knows?
Yeah, so we'll see.
Audience of I mean, what cons they got?
We have, so in California we have a few. We have Bricks by the Bay by San Francisco.
Oh, I remember that way.
Yeah, there's that one. There's Brikx LA in Los Angeles. It's the first one in the entire year. And then we also have Brickfest in 2 different places. I don't know if there's one somewhere else aside from LA. That's in California. And then you have Brikx Cascade, which is in Oregon.
Mhm.
And then what's the Seattle one?
I don't know.
I forget. I know there's one in Washington. I just don't remember which one, what it was called.
Isn't
So
it
those are the big
BrickCon?
ones. What was it?
BrickCon?
BrickCon?
Is that it?
Is it?
Oh, that might be Canada. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's Canada. That's not. Yeah,
Mhm.
but that's the West Coast, isn't it? I don't know. But those are the big ones here. They're not as like big like Virginia or Chicago, which I think Chicago does curtail a little bit to the YouTubers based on what I see posted. So that might be different over there. I think it's Virginia, although it's the largest one.
Justin, have you been to any of them?
Yeah.
Never been to a Lego con.
It is so much fun.
I'm
It is-
scared, honestly. It seems overwhelming. And
No.
Just know that you're not alone when you go to any of them. You just
Yeah,
had
it is-
Universe
It
like,
is
like a
just
couple
like
days ago.
it is
Yeah.
just like nerd city, man. It is so dorky. It is so everyone is so nice. Have you ever been to summer camp before?
yes.
It has summer camp energy because it's like
Well,
everyone is so
I've been to conventions, and it's like I know that feeling. Like I
Yeah.
went to like the Star Wars one and some other ones in Florida, and everybody has that energy of we're here, we're hyped, we're geeking out over this.
yeah, everyone wants to like hang out with everybody, talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to sleep at night because it means like one less day. Yeah, no, it's really fun. Everyone it's like eating together, like doesn't matter if it's garbage or good. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's just sharing. Yeah, I think it's
Oh, it's garbage for Claire, not for everybody else.
it was garbage for me. Like I was
It was like that clear. Everybody was perfectly fine eating Chick-fil-A 3 times during the day.
I don't honestly no, you'd be surprised. Like Lauren doesn't eat Chick-fil-A. Chef wasn't feeling it. There was like a lot of people that were like can't do it, but you just like embrace it and it's
Yeah.
just it
I-
definitely yeah.
I want to
would
go to a
recommend it.
con. I probably by next year. I mean, maybe next year's Brick Fair or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I've never done it for Lego. I
Yeah.
definitely want to.
I think
Oh.
you'd really like it. And it's like, I would recommend if I were you, like I would go like, go the full time, go the days where like exhibitors are setting up.
I
And then
think
like,
that's the key.
Yeah, I don't
for
even know
you.
anything about that. Like, so there's
Yeah.
dates they're setting up and like
yeah,
what,
that's the fun part is going there early so you can like see all the stuff as it's going up before there's like public. And then during the public days, I was only in the convention center for like 2 hours max because there was too
Going
many
around and
people, especially with COVID. Yeah, I would just like
Yeah.
kind of go hang out, but I wasn't like walking around and stuff. And so like you don't have to do what Ryan did. You don't have to
Oh, you
sit
don't have
there
to at all,
and
no.
like sign autographs. You can just go and like hang
Enjoy
out
it.
and like wave or whatever. And not even that. You can just go hang out on the non days and the non-public days
That's
are
will be
fans. It's
smart.
us. It's
Yeah.
literally us.
that's
it's-
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's other
I think that'd be
creators.
more beneficial for you as you're like your first time going to one of these is to go as a VIP, like exhibitor type of
Yeah.
deal. You don't have to exhibit, obviously.
I have to exhibit something.
No, you don't have to exhibit it, but it
We're
allows you to
exhibitors,
like
we didn't exhibit anything.
yeah, it allows you to be there during the setup time, so you're able to interact with fellow like YouTubers, builders, Instagrammers, like influencers
Mhm.
who are perfectly who one know who you are, but very comfortable coming up to you, and approaching you very like politely because they understand. And then they're not going to be like over like on you at first, so you get a little bit of like taste of it, and you get to enjoy the intimacy about the brick and like each other. And then if you so choose to go to the public day and be overwhelmed for like an hour or two, then peace out, because literally it can be very overwhelming and you can peace out.
Like I don't like crowds and I
same.
don't like COVID. So I was like
I don't think anybody likes COVID.
no, but like I'm definitely like very fearful of it. So like I was there for just a little bit and then I like checked out, and like went back to the room or like walked around outside. And then honestly we were in DC. So like I think lesson learned is I'd probably rent a car next year and then like maybe on those days like go to the National Gallery or something like that,
Yeah, the way you guys are describing it seems so fun.
It was so fun. It's so
fun when you know somebody.
Yeah.
Just a
Oh,
quick
yeah.
heads up,
Yeah, it's
BrickCon
different
is
when you
in
go by
Seattle.
yourself.
I know
Yeah,
you
BrickCon
guys,
is in Seattle.
so, I'll probably just go along and experience.
Well, you're by a few that people that would go to those. So as long as you communicate that you'll be there, you have someone to look forward to, like reaching out to and just being around, and the experience will be 10 times better as opposed to just coming in there and be like, I wonder who's here. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I definitely want to go to cons now that I have the face reveal. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's one of the best parts about, the change, because like otherwise that would be so difficult. There was definitely somebody there with like a mask on the entire time, which seemed
really?
exhausting. Yeah, I think there were people that like just they're not ready, and it was clearly like a young person.
Shout out to the mask rockers. I still rock them.
Oh yeah.
So do you regret your decision? Doing what you've done?
No, not at all. I wish I would have done it. I mean, I don't wish I would have done it earlier, but I mean, I would have done it earlier if I knew how well it would have poured over,
Yeah, I think the community has been very welcoming to seeing it. I think the putting yourself out there again has been really good to see. I mean, like a lot of us respected what you did for it, and like and you've defended why you've done it. Like you do that, and you defended people's like trying to be ambiguous, trying to stay away. Like for example, Jang for a long time kept himself away from the community, and you've defended him against like Ryan, who would like call him out on it. Shouts. Yeah. But Jang now is perfectly good. Like literally, you can find him. You can literally throw a rock in the leg
on Twitch
face, and he's like it'll hit him. So like
all the time.
He's everywhere. It doesn't matter how big of a content creator you are.
Because he came out of his shell a little bit before I did. And I would say that him doing it did inspire me a little bit, because he was guarded before, and seeing him let that down, he's somebody I look up to. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's hard. It's like you hear it. And there's nothing wrong with staying behind the mask, or you don't have to. You can do Lego videos and not be involved in the community. It's fine. It's like totally up to you. It doesn't matter. But I think you got to do whatever you want to do and whatever's honest to yourself. You know what I mean? And I think that's just the key. It's like, we're not. My point is, we're not sitting here trying to preach that everyone needs to like, do their face reveal, or everyone needs to, whatever that is. No. But just have a good time, and whatever that means for you. And like,
exactly,
don't be afraid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So can we talk about your video? Your transition video or your reveal?
Oh, that
video?
one, the reveal video. Yeah. Go for it.
So can you explain your process behind like what everything meant, in case no one here understood like what you were trying to curtail?
All the Easter eggs?
Yeah.
But I'll explain.
Since we're so far from it now, I think it's okay to do some spoilers.
Okay. So like, I mean, that video I did. So when I would record the OSRS, I would record my reactions, and then I would have to do the video where I have the mask on, pantomiming the actions, I guess would be the best way to put it. And what I thought of for the face reveal was, because I've accidentally uploaded these videos where I pantomime the OSRS a few times, where it'll go up and it'll say like, let's say November 17th, 2020. And people click on it and they're like, what the heck is going on here? And it's just a video of me silent, like pantomiming with the mask on. So I thought, what if I do that, make it look like I accidentally uploaded one of that, but instead at the end, I'm taking off the mask and revealing my face. And so I went off of that idea. And in the video, it's 4 minutes of me or 5 minutes of me reacting to an OSRS. So basically a whole subreddit full of posts and everything of these memes. And it's exactly how you would see it. So like there's a very low volume. That's because that's how those videos would be. I would have the volume of of what I'm saying on the headphones and then just react to it. So that's in the video. But at one point I get up and there's like a mess of stuff on my bed. Then when I get back down, the mess of stuff is gone. I guess the explanation there would be I'm cleaning up my life, And how we did that was I had one of my friends doing this shoot. I appreciate it. When I was doing this shoot, when I got up like this, he was right behind there and he took everything off my bed. And then when I got back down and I took off the mask, everything was off my bed. And it's a blink and you'll miss it. But I like putting little details like that mean something into my videos.
Genius.
Appreciate that. I appreciate it.
To the first part of that, how many messages did you get of people being like, hey?
Yeah.
Wrong. You messed up your video.
Yeah, it was crazy when it first came out because people were like, yeah, I saw like, I don't know, it was like BFAB, Brikx, Ryan was there, and it would text, Instagram, they're like, Justin, do you know what you just put up? Justin, do you know what you just put up? Do you know what you just put up? You just actually showed your face. You just actually showed your face. And I didn't respond to any of them for like a few minutes.
I love that you kept them in the dark as well. You didn't even tell them that it was happening. It's so good.
But then I eventually did let them in on it. Like, hey,
yeah, of course.
This is what's happening.
I mean, if obviously they didn't watch the whole video.
Yeah. Unless they
Cold
watched the
blooded
whole video, and somewhere even though at the end I have credits and stuff, people were like, "Wait, was that an accident?" So, like, okay. But yeah, I mean, but it was so. I love doing unexpected things like that. Like I love dropping something huge randomly and not explaining it and just letting people figure it out for themselves. And I knew I wanted to do that for my face reveal because I can milk it and be like, not that this is the bad thing, but like put like in the title face reveal and then like blur out my face. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to like do something really interesting with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Like I tried not to make jokes about the face reveal because I felt like a lot of people will go like face reveal and then they'll take it off and then it'll be like another mask or something. And like, I could have done that, but like, I never wanted to do that. I just wanted to do like this is my face, but then for the face reveal, something huge and unexpected. But yeah.
I know, I loved it. It was genius. When I saw like anchor, because I texted BFAB like right after, and I'm like, hey, dude, hit up Justin like right now. He's like, why? I'm like, dude, hit him up like right now. And then I watched the end, and I was like, and then I texted him, never mind.
Yes.
But by that point, it was already too late.
Way not to create any kind of panic, Shy.
Well, dude, like it definitely like.
I know. I know.
I mean, I'm sorry, Claire. I didn't do it to you when you had your mess up because I thought it was something.
Yeah. No,
what was your mess up? Oh no!
I uploaded like raw footage by accident as well, and it was just like me like sitting like checking my hair.
Yes.
I don't even know if I said anything. I
couldn't hear it. It was very low.
I think that I got like 19 views or something like that, maybe.
A little more than that. A lot more than 19 people watched it. I mean, I watched like twice. Maybe 3 times. Because I was trying to like figure out what was going
doing
on.
Something artsy and like making.
Yeah, I did. It looked like it. I thought there was a message.
Get ready and do my makeup for like these videos.
Yeah, I thought you were being rebellious. You know how Sans does his videos sometimes. Like there's some meaning,
absolutely.
maybe.
And I can. So that's also part of why like I'm like, wait a second. I'm just like doing like hauls and like just like basic B stuff. And I'm like, I said when I first started my channel, I would never do that stuff. And now I'm like dependent on it. So no, it's fine. So Shy pushed me into it, which is fine. It's definitely fun, and like my channel grew a little bit and stuff from it. But it's mind numbing a little bit, and so I need to like. I think I'm gonna take a break.
I think you need to have fun with it. I think I like the way you do your hauls. It's different. It's not the same as everybody else. Like you have like a story. You have a story, but like I think you just find a way to be like to have fun with it. Like my next haul video that I'm kind of working on right now to plug myself in, I'm having fun with it. I think finding like going back to what we were talking about in the very beginning is like, do you do one video or do you do 5-7 videos for that week? And trying to figure out whether or not if you're enjoying the process or not. Like if you're getting their high for uploading the video, and if you're not enjoying it, like you said before, like then don't do it. Change it up. Like you want to enjoy what you're doing, and that was the exact process what Justin was doing. He felt like it was being a little bit confined, and he did probably like one of the best things he's done on YouTube so far. It was to be able to present himself. Now people can visually relate to him like in a better scale. Since being vulnerable on here, it's scary.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard.
You're talking to a lens. There's no one reacting to what you're saying. And then when you edit whatever you say, you're projecting a different image of how you originally articulated that message. Right? Because you edit.
Yeah.
And then when on a live stream, it's a little bit different. You're able to be more comfortable and more intimate with your people. But you're still putting yourself in front. Sorry, Ninja. You're still putting yourself in front of the camera. And then, expecting people to interact with you in a positive way, hopefully. Sometimes you have that insecurity where there are people that are going to be judging you.
But to be fair to Ninja, though, like the content that you do, Ninja, that to me is almost more vulnerable. Like for me to like put like my truest art or like, your music and stuff, that would be harder for me to do than show my face. Like that's like for me to show my art and like for me to show myself 110%.
That's why I don't show it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. And I think everybody has like a different definition of what it is. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I think, I think it's, I think showing your face is one thing. And obviously, Justin, that was it for you for a while. But I'm sure now you have something else. You have something else that you are afraid to show or something else that you are vulnerable of putting out there, right?
That's true.
It changes, right? And so then it's like, it's almost like not that not like you're leveling up, but your expectations about yourself and the way that you define yourself and your entire identity does change and shift slowly, very, very slowly. People don't change overnight. Nobody can change them, but it does change and shift. And like when you're on YouTube for extended periods of time, or, you know, when you're at these transition points, or when you use YouTube as something like, you know, a COVID relief, you know, like a lot of us did, you know, or like, you know, came here and really like put a lot of our lives into this space. And speaking on myself, you know, on this behalf, I think I might be the only one really, but I spent a lot more time here. But you know what I mean? But there are a lot of people out there that are like that. And even people that were here on the platform before definitely upped the ante, you know, for over COVID, and it became the social outlet. And I think you change because of that, and your vulnerabilities change, and you're where you're naive about things and where you're sensitive about things, that shifts. And I think it's important to like change with that and challenge yourself as a human being, especially with your relationships with people in your life, even more important than YouTube. You know, I think you need to constantly be questioning and working.
That's 100% true
on yourself. Yeah.
No, you're never done with yourself. Ever.
No,
you're never. Unfortunately, I mean, you're gonna, like you just said, you're gonna adapt. You have to adapt. Your environment adapts. You grow.
And also you create like more problems for yourself. Like it's interesting. Like as I've gotten older, I have problems that I didn't have when I was younger. But I'm also like, you know, better at different things than when I was younger. But
I mean, anyway. I wish I didn't have to pay bills anymore. I'm gonna go back to that life. You know, we didn't have to like pay for a mortgage, or you know. Remember those days? Taxes? What taxes? Taking 25% of my what? Remember those days? Like, but then at the same time, you were dependent upon other people, where you were going to eat what you ate, the type of toys you would get. So I don't know. The trade-off is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're never fully grown, but we're all adjusting and we're all maturing in a different way, and it's a good thing to adapt. It's human. So. Well, does anyone else have anything to share before I wrap it up with something? Because I wanted to wait till the end to do this.
This was great.
So much. Dude, I'm happy you enjoyed yourself, because we're hoping that we didn't scare you off.
Also, to be fair, my face has been revealed already.
Yeah,
in the very beginning. So if you really want to see Ninja, there's a 72-hour live stream.
Watch the whole shit. No,
you can watch the whole thing from 2 years ago, 3 years ago now,
or on Shy's channel. It's mostly on Shy's channel.
No, I blocked that video. You can't find that.
Never mind then.
Yeah. For that reason, to protect your face.
Oh, what's done?
You want me to? I'll put it back up. It's totally fine. It's an old vlog. So
see this ugly mug.
Well, if you want to see what Ninja looks like, you could be a guest on the show, and then you can see exactly what he looks like. That, or look at an old video. But before we close it out, I just want to reach out and tell everybody who reached out to me, thank you for your support with not only myself, but like fellow veterans who serve in Afghanistan. It's been a very, very rough week for me. And I'm hiding it as best I can. At first, when this whole thing came down, when we pretty much said we're out, and I questioned a lot of like what was all this effort for, and why'd I fight for no reason. But as the days progress, a lot of Marines and a lot of our soldiers, everybody's been reaching out to each other, to include our very own leadership, not like civilian leadership, like our Marine commandants, like our military leadership has been reaching out to everyone, to everyone else, just to support each other, remind each other that, it's what you did over there is what you did over there. You answered a call and you did it. This is a political thing now, and you're not a policymaker. You do something totally different, and it wasn't a waste of time. So, But with that being said, I appreciate everybody who reached out to me and or anybody else that keep doing it, because although I'm saying it still hurts a lot. But like I understand now how my dad feels with Vietnam, so it's pretty pretty rough and bare. So I didn't want to get into the politics. There's a reason why I didn't mention this in the very beginning. I want to wait to the end. So linking it back. So Justin has now taken off the mask and other people are now putting it on. Let's leave it at that. So, all right, leave it at that. All right, does anyone have anything? We're gonna roll it out. No.
Great show. I'm waiting down to come back on.
Do you like it?
Oh yeah, no, I that was perfect.
Okay, good.
I think this episode had the most back and forth.